It's currently January of 2022, and I have been taking better care of myself these past couple of months than I did for the first 10-ish months of 2021. I'm eating better, I'm sleeping better, I'm doing yoga daily, I am reading for fun again, just to mention a few things. And as a result of all of that, the lows are not as low as they were and the highs are higher. And here is the important part. I haven't been torturing myself to get here. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. because it's in the middle of a cold, dark winter and I'm not insane. And my showers are so hot that they burn my skin because cold showers make me miserable and I'm just not trying to do that. So what have I been doing then? Well, first, let's go back in time a bit. Have you ever had one of those moments where you catch your reflection in the mirror and think to yourself, I don't like where this is going? It may be the way that you look, the way that you feel, or a combination of both, which is what it was for me, as I spent most of 2021 in a slum. The wake-up call I needed came from none other than my father. It was a sunny day in fall, and I was putting my decade-old rain boots on, as I would do regardless of weather, because they were the easiest pairs of shoes to just stick my feet in, and easy was what I was going for. Ready to take my puppy out on his walk. And the right leg of my pajama pants, which had become my attire even outside of home, got tucked inside my boot while the left one did not. My dad gave me a look and said, "Don't you want to at least tuck them both in?" And that was it. That was the moment I caught my reflection. If my quiet dad decided to comment, I must have really reached a low point, I thought to myself. Now, obviously, it wasn't about how my pants were tucked or untucked, but about how it signaled something bigger than that. I had let myself go. Something changed, and this is that story. The story of how I slowly got, and am still getting, myself out of a slum. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I think there are two ways of approaching things in life. One is that you dip your toes to test the water, and the second one is that you jump right in and just take it from there. And there's a time and place for both, and our approach will depend on a lot of factors, like the situation at hand and the objective. I do, however, think that one of the things that we may be getting wrong about change is that we often think that it needs to be this grand, drastic shift in order for it to matter or to mean something, but it doesn't. Personally, I decided early on that I was going to ease my way out of this slum, and this was the philosophy that I had. I'll try this thing, and if it makes me feel good and it seems like the right thing to do, I'll do more of it. And having that philosophy in place, here is what I did with it. Revisit the basics. I believe that the self can be split into two. Our inner selves, so things like our thoughts and our beliefs and desires and emotions and purpose, and our outer selves, so things like how we present ourselves and how we dress and groom. This could be a whole video on its own, but typically if I feel out of balance, I will immediately look inwards. This time, however, I started outwards. For months, I had been wearing PJs outdoors and stained sweaters, thinking, well, I'm wearing a jacket on top of it and I'm just walking my dog so no one will see it, and by the way, it's just a stain of toothpaste, so who cares? Not realizing that it wasn't about whether or not someone else would see it, it was about me knowing. And so I wondered, could it be that things like the way I dressed and my grooming habits, or lack thereof, were contributing negatively to my well-being? Probably, I thought, but to what extent? So on that day, I decided that going forward, I was going to care more about my outer self. I went through my closet, left some stained pieces to be tossed, and some items that were just itchy and did not make me feel good to be donated. And I also got myself a couple new pieces. I got myself a new pair of loafers that I ended up feeling super cool in. I decided to invest in a couple new skincare products. Now, as someone who has been using a super affordable routine for years, I felt that I should try and spice it up a little bit for myself. It couldn't hurt. And it's made my routine more enjoyable. Now, is it because of the products or is it the novelty of it all? I don't know for sure, but How about we don't question our happiness too much and just let it be? And now again, always just dipping the toes. I did not drastically purge my closet overnight or throw away all of my old skincare products. And now my takeaway is not that buying new things will necessarily pull you out of a rut, but the point is to just dress the damn part. When I look good, I feel good. Or put differently, when I don't feel good about myself, everything else just fails. And now, besides paying attention to my clothes and my skin, I paid attention to my body and my mind, and we all know the basics of those, right? Rest, food, and movement. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I have been cooking more, and it's been very enjoyable, and I like sharing that. And another thing that I've been doing, only for about a week now, but definitely worth mentioning, is getting back into yoga. And I'm doing it every single day, and it's become just a highlight of my morning, to be honest. And it honestly just feels like it's healing my body and my mind. Don't be a brick collector. Life is now, don't wait too long. The brick collector syndrome is a term that I've come up with because I just needed something to describe myself. And so in a nutshell, it's when you get stuck in the phase of doing research and planning and thinking about the things that you want to do instead of, actually doing them. So let's take the yoga, for example. I just happened to be on YouTube. I saw a 30-day challenge and I pulled out my mat immediately and did the practice in my nightgown. Because I knew that if I allow myself to think about this too hard, like, oh, do I have time for this? Should I do it later? Where are my workout clothes? Chances are that I would have just put it off and never started. Thinking is good, but sometimes it's good to put a limit on how much you're going to allow yourself to think about this thing. So, for example, tell yourself, or this is what I tell myself, if I don't get started with this thing within 30 seconds, that's me deciding I'm not doing it. And look, I get it. Sometimes we just want the circumstances to be perfect. We want to wear our favorite yoga outfit and clean our room and light a candle and, pull out our mat very gracefully. But I think that whole thing is just like a bonus, not a prerequisite to do the damn thing. Just for fun is crucial. So I am really bad at just doing things for fun. At the very least, I like documenting experiences so that I can have footage for the future potentially and put it in videos or whatever I might need it for. And while I do enjoy capturing moments, don't get me wrong, it is still serving a purpose and some goal, which defeats the whole point of doing things only because it's fun. I would also have a hard time reading books that weren't somehow obviously educational. Now, learning is fun for me, but it's not just fun. The point is also to, learn and to apply those lessons in various areas of life. And look, I know that I've been in the wrong for thinking that reading fiction and fantasy are, for the most part, a waste of time, which is really weird when I think about it, considering the Harry Potter series changed my life for so many years. And here I am thinking, reading those types of books is a waste of time. It's weird. But again, I've learned that it's not a waste of time. Not only is it enjoyable, but I do honestly believe that the things that we can learn from fiction, we can't even really learn from most self-help books, I feel like. And I would actually love to hear your thoughts on fantasy and fiction, not being educational or inspiring. Do you feel like reading fiction is purely enjoyable, or do you personally learn things from it too? So what I did was I put my reading list for this year to the side because it was mostly educational types of books, and I went to Goodreads and I looked for some popular fantasy book series that I could read, and I came across the Mistborn Trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, which people are absolutely raving about, and it's my first time reading fantasy since Harry Potter, so 10 plus years ago. Now, am I going to finish it? I don't know yet, but I'm giving it a try just for fun, and that matters.